What's good, Footy Culture fam? My name is Matthews, aka Matt, Ikmatazinho. And today, boys, on the chopping block, we got Ballon d'Or, El Clásico, Liverpool versus City, and more. But before we get into that, once again, I'm joined today by Jimmy, freshly back, hopped off a jet, barely get rest. It's good, bro.
Still jet lagged, a little short staff today, but the boys gonna make it work.
Yes, sir. And then next to him, we got man like Cristoforo.
It's your best man, Quinto.
What?
How's it going?
It's a nice shirt, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, what is that? Talk to us.
Shout out to MBH podcast, boys, and Jay's with them right now. So shout out. They got this nice quality Nelk boys because they just got sent to Nelk boys.
Jeez.
Good quality shirt, man. Cop one. They're nice.
Mm-hmm.
I got mine in medium, but I don't know how you take it.
There you go.
Nice.
But yeah, Jimmy, you were in Europe the past, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
Talk to us, bro. Where'd you go? What games did you see? Let the people know.
You forgot.
First game was PSG versus Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good experience, good atmosphere. A lot of Messi fans. I think
Makes
most
sense.
people seemed to be there for Messi more than anything. But good game overall. Got to see some pretty quality players play. Obviously, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, Ramos, Hakimi, a lot of big names, and Messi bagged that free kick, which was pretty
Crazy.
dope. And then Mbappe with the winner. I was hoping he was going to come do a celly on the side that I was sitting, but he went to the other side, so unlucky there. But then from there, linked up with Dan and Dave, San Siro for Milan versus Juve. That was another cracking match. The atmosphere in that one, I think, was definitely better than the PSG game. We were sitting with some pretty rowdy fans up there, and we had the Juve away fans just behind us.
Jeez.
And every time, something would happen, and all the Milan fans would turn around and just start flipping off all the Juve fans. They're all just flipping each other off. But definitely another good game there. And Milan played, very well. Leao, I think, definitely the standout player that game. He was kind of unplayable. But Juve were piss poor that game.
What else is new, bro?
It was like we were watching the game, and me and Dave were just looking at each other like, oh my gosh, like
It's even worse live.
yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, like,
Lucky I
they
didn't
couldn't
go.
string like two passes together. Like I was embarrassed to like be a Juve fan, but luckily I'm not. And then after that, third game, Champions League, Dortmund Sevilla. Definitely for me the best atmosphere of all the games I went to. Some quality football as well. Obviously not the best result, 1-1 tie. Obviously you want to see a dub, but it's kind of one of those bucket list moments. Seeing Laguna Park, Champions League night under the floodlights. Bellingham goal. Overall pretty good experience, pretty fun. Definitely looking forward to crossing a few more stadiums off my list
Nice.
in the future.
Any crazy stories you have? Any like crazy fan moments you saw, or just
I think for Dortmund Sevilla, the Sevilla fans were mad, man. Like
yeah,
it was like the Juve fans, like at the game, they were caged. They had like their section, and there was like a big metal cage that blocked them from all the Milan fans. But at the Dortmund game, it was just like a row of stewards, and I feel so bad for these stewards because they were getting their shit beat in, and they were just they weren't even like, they're just chilling, and they're just like the Sevilla fans started getting super rowdy. First started with beers being chucked back and forth.
jeez.
And then some of the Sevilla fans penetrated through the little wall there. One of them had their belt, started whipping it.
Yeah, man took off the belt.
Man took off the belt and he was whipping it. The guy was all bloody.
Oh,
I know I was on Twitter looking at football hooligans, and there was like a couple vids there too. And
You're
it
in the
was just like
background, just
super rowdy. And then like everyone was kind of like whistling at the Sevilla fans. And as we were leaving, everyone was like flipping off the Sevilla fans. I'm yelling Europa League 2 points. I'm just chirping, and they're still throwing beer. I'm just trying to dodge the beer, but it was definitely pretty rowdy. But definitely didn't feel very safe with those some of those rowdy fans there. So we tried to boogie out of there as quick as we could. But definitely a totally different atmosphere than anything else I've ever been to personally. Like I know only other big game we've ever gone to has been like the Canada games, which were great atmosphere. And then obviously that Barca Napoli friendly,
Mm-hmm.
but friendly in the U.S. versus like the actual real deal
Yeah,
is
It's a little
completely
different,
different. So it's definitely something I enjoyed a lot.
bro. Were there any like culture shocks, footy wise, that you noticed? Where you just like, wow, this is something like we don't do here.
I think like the biggest thing, one, like the PSG game was like whatever, like there wasn't really too much going on, But like the biggest thing I think like the Milan game one was everyone pulled up, and it was like it would literally look like the exhibition outside the San Siro. There was all kinds of like different like food trucks and food stalls, and like they were grilling up the porchetta, they were making paninos,
Oh,
they're
yeah?
spanini
Yeah, like
paninos for
unreal.
everyone. And it's
Like
like
Gooch
everyone was
too?
just there, everyone that was just there having the paninos, having a beer, having a drink, and they were just all vibing there before and after the game. Like they were there for hours before the game, and even after the game,
Yeah.
the fans were there. They were chilling. They were having their paninos after the game, and just kind of that camaraderie where everyone was just kind of together and vibing and hanging out. And even after the game, like as we went into the city, like everyone had their Milan gear on. Everyone was kind of like celebrating and chatting. And same thing with the Dortmund game. Just like even just being in the city, like you knew it was game day. Like from when we woke up like that morning and we were just walking around the city, everyone had Dortmund kits on, and just walking down like the few different streets that take you to the stadium. It was just like just crowds and crowds and crowds of people, and it's just like you don't really see that too much here.
Mm-hmm.
I think they don't really have that kind of game day culture, at least for footy. But that was kind of, I guess, like the biggest thing is just seeing how bought in like everyone is. Like especially in Dortmund, I think that was like the biggest thing, just because that like they're literally the only thing to do there is footy.
Yeah.
Like, everyone there just kind of lives and breathes the club, and it was fun to just kind of have that experience.
Interesting. My cousins, they actually did like a Euro trip. I think it was last year. They went to I think Paris, Amsterdam, I think Zurich, and like a few other cities. My cousin was saying in France, like Mbappe's face is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. Like McDonald's you see on the street, like his face is plastered everywhere. Like he is that guy.
He is like even to just like seeing like Mbappe kits. Like you see a couple here and there like in Canada, but
Yeah.
you still don't see them like as much. But there, all you saw was Mbappe. Like you didn't really see like if you're walking through the streets, like if you weren't at the game, it was like Mbappe kits. Like you didn't really see too many Messi kits. Like not a lot of Neymar kits. It was just straight like Mbappe was like everywhere, and even just like people that you wouldn't like think are big footy fans. Like my girlfriend's aunt, for example, she saw the Mbappe freshener,
Yeah.
and she was like freaking out. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? Like how do you know? Like you're freaking out about Mbappe. He's like, I love Mbappe. He's that guy. And I was like, what? I was like, I was so shocked. I was so confused. But I think he really is that dude. And, hopefully he wins a Ballon d'Or one day. But
No.
doesn't seem like he's going to anytime soon. Sixth place?
Sixth place, bro. Crazy. You guys think what do you guys think of the top three, first of all? So the top three, we had Karim Benzema first, Sadio Mane second, De Bruyne third. What do you guys think about that top three?
I don't know.
It's
man.
very mid.
Yeah, low
It like
key, bro.
screams mid a little bit. But like if you're basing it off of like last season, like
Salah.
I don't hate it. Like Salah, you can definitely make an argument. I don't know how Messi. Like I know Messi didn't
No,
have the
Messi had a bad season
the
last
best seasons, but like even based off stats, he had like a lot more goal contributions than any of those guys. But obviously, goal contributions aren't everything. But I mean, you can make an argument for someone like Vini to maybe be a little bit higher. Like maybe someone like Modric could be a little bit higher as well.
I saw a couple of Madrid fans like wondering why Vinny was so low. He got what, 8th?
Bro, he was disgustingly low, bro. 8th place?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he shouldn't be 8th. He has to at
Embarrassing, bro.
least be making top 5.
Yeah.
Bro,
At least.
I thought he would have been on that podium, bro. Low key.
I thought so too. If
Low-key,
my
bro.
podium would have been Vini, Salah, Benzema.
Mhm.
I think those were my 3.
Yeah,
But-
that's fair. But I can see an argument for De Bruyne too, because he was like, lights out for City last season. What, they won the league, right? And De
They do
Bruyne
it
was
every
definitely their best player, and they had a decent run this CL until they met Madrid, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't hate it. Mane, I guess, is a decent shout. I don't know if I would have had him second necessarily, like maybe a little bit lower than second, but
No. He's only in top 3.
Yeah, who would have been your top three?
I said it's Vini, Salah, and Benzema were my 3. No order.
What's the order?
I don't know. Vini and Salah. Well, Benzema obviously won.
yeah.
Vini and Salah, I don't know.
Do you guys think Mane like somehow snuck his way to that second place? Like he like it's undeserving of him to be second.
Well, he had a good year. He won
Didn't players have better years or better
you-
better seasons though?
We won AFCON.
he won AFCON.
They had Liverpool had a decent run. They went to the finals as well. It's like it was kind of almost one of those where it's like he was like the runner up for like everything, runner up in the league, right? Runner up in CL, then he won AFCON too. So it's like it's it's a good season. I think like you can argue him to be over De Bruyne, and I mean you can even make an argument for him to be over Vini as well, I guess. But I just don't think Vini should have been that low. I think him being that low was kind of criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Does Luka Modric get a shout for?
He was 9th.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he get a shout for like a top 5 spot?
I don't know about top 5, bro.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely probably in the conversation, but then it gets to the point where it's like, how many Madrid players do you have in that? I know
I mean, they had a pretty good.
I know
year.
they had a great
Their
season.
players had
but
a really good year, bro.
Their players had a great year, but at the end of the day, like I think they're a very, very strong team, and it's like, where do you kind of draw that line between team performance and individual performances as well, right?
I mean, Modric is pretty.
I thought Haaland was a little too high.
You think so? Haaland was
Barely
10th.
he
played.
played 50% of the season.
Yeah,
What place did he get? What?
10.
He was 10th.
He was number 10. Yeah, that's high.
It's a little high. Like, don't get me wrong, he's unplayable. Like he's a great player, but for someone who played half the season, like that's a little high, considering he didn't really play much last season, and I don't know. I just thought it was quite weird that he was that high. Considering someone like Modric was 9th, Vini was 8th,
Yeah.
and it's like those are guys that played all year and played like big parts in their team, winning, doing the double, right?
I don't know. To me, like this whole Ballon d'Or thing is just PR and politics nowadays,
Yeah.
bro. Like there's no like recognition to the Ballon d'Or nowadays.
We've been knowing this.
And like especially the last few years with like who's been finishing in like the top 5, top 10. Like we had like Jorginho in the top 5 last season.
Mhm.
Like it's just mid players
Top
making
3,
their
no?
way. Top 3, even worse.
Yeah.
Like how is someone like him sneaking a top 3 spot? And look at him now. What's he doing now?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you can't base it now and then.
So then he's a one season wonder?
Yeah, it could. Well, he's okay. One season like of top quality.
But was it
performance.
really
He's been
top quality performance?
Good. He was. I don't want to go into this again because I know we had like so many episodes of just going back and forth on this. But I don't. Okay, obviously, I never said that I think he was top 3. I never said that ever. But I think he deserved the top 10.
Top 10 maybe that season is fair, but like I don't know, just like the quality of football just seems to have kind of like, at least with looking at these rankings, like don't get me wrong, there's plenty of quality footballers out there, but it's like sometimes the way they do these rankings is just like I don't know what they're doing. Sometimes they just throw like
It's journalist voting, bro.
So yeah, it's so too many mid players just get kind of thrown in there based on like what team they play for, and like I don't know, it's weird. I don't like it, but who am I?
I agree with that, especially with the other award.
Because my top 3, bro, like I think I was saying this before, was definitely Benzema first, like undisputed, no denying. Second, I think I had Salah, and third, I had Vini on that podium, bro.
Yeah,
And
so same with
fourth, Lewandowski. Fifth,
De Bruyne, take your pick.
I put Mbappe low key.
Mbappe
Mbappe
too.
had like over 55 GA,
Yeah.
and it is an individual award. It's based on what
Yeah.
you do as a player, not necessarily how your team performs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how Mane snuck into second place when someone like Vini has better GA and won more awards.
And one more,
if you want
yeah.
to take that into account too, which doesn't make any sense to me.
It's weird. I think it's like they're never gonna find the perfect balance with it, and I think ever since like the Ronaldo Messi era kind of ended, they've been struggling to find like the perfect kind of balance of how they're gonna pick these players. Because like when it was Ronaldo and Messi, it's like
Easy.
it was easy. Who won Champions League this year? Ronaldo. Okay, it's his. Messi won this year. Messi. Messi scored like literally like 100 goals this season. Obviously, it's gonna be Messi. But now it's like they're just trying to find like which player was kind of like the best of the mid.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, speaking of mid, someone like Sebastian Haller sneaking up to 13th.
Yeah.
13th.
It's because he had
Best player?
a good year.
It's not
Good.
bad. 13th. Yeah.
13's pretty high, bro. Like, he had one pretty good CL run,
Yeah. It was based off one season though.
but still,
He was
like,
top scorer, wasn't he?
guys
Top
like
scorer.
Leao behind him, guys like Vlahovic behind him.
I would take Holler's season last year over Leao.
Yeah, what he finished? What, second top goal scorer?
Second top goal scorer in the CL, and they won the league.
And I think he finished top goal scorer in the league.
He's had like
Dutch stats, bro.
33 goals and 12 assists or something like that.
In what, the Dutch league?
Well, Champions League. The thing is with these things, Champions League goals, I think like weigh a lot.
They
Because
do.
even when Holland won top scorer last year, I think that really carried him to a high finish as well. And it's like, the thing is, if you're performing at that's the highest level in club football. realistically speaking. It's like if you're performing on the level of the Champions League and you know, being a top scorer and having an impressive run like that and just bagging all kinds of goals, you're going to get recognition even if it's for that one season. Like we've seen it like with Jorginho, you know, like sometimes like the performances in those tournaments will really kind of carry you to maybe a higher ranking than you deserve. But I don't really have a problem with him finishing 13th. Like
I don't.
If someone like Haaland is at 10th and he played half the season, I don't really see him having a problem at like him being at 13th.
Seeing how much like goals weigh in this Ballon d'Or standings, I guess you could say. Is Haaland like a favorite for this year's Ballon d'Or? Well, next year's Ballon d'Or?
No, because it's a World Cup year, so that's definitely going to take into effect. When it's World Cup year, I think that's ahead of CL and ahead of however many goals you score. If you have a good World Cup run, your chances for the Ballon d'Or top 3 is very high.
Yeah.
So Benzema potentially could win another one.
France aren't winning it, bro.
No, but like
World Cup curse.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But if he finishes, let's say he passes Lewandowski in the top goal scorer for La Liga, makes a decent run in CL, goes to the quarters.
I think it'll come down to what
World
happens in the World Cup, because like if someone like Neymar, you know, wins the Golden Boot or, you know, wins player of the tournament in the World Cup and Brazil have like a semifinal or runner up or they win it, I think it's his to lose, you know, because he's probably going to win the league with PSG. They'll probably have a decent Champions League run. He's already had an insane start to the season, like in terms of the calendar year. So I think it's going to be tough to kind of beat out someone like him, especially if they have a deep World Cup run.
Yeah, you're mentioning Neymar, but when I think of PSG, I'm thinking Messi. How if Messi gets another one?
He might. I don't see any problem with that. I mean,
That's
this year he's
insane.
definitely like, it looks like he's trying. It's like last season he was just kind of chilling. He's like, okay, let me just kind of, you know, rest up. And now it's like World Cup time, and it's like this season he's actually like, you know, he's turning up.
Whoever's going to win the Ballon d'Or is going to be between Argentina and Brazil. Whoever goes further, it's going to be either Neymar.
Really, you reckon?
Or Messi. Or unless France goes, and it might be Mbappe or Benzema.
What if like Netherlands go pretty far or England?
Nah. Who the heck's going to win on England? Harry Kane?
Harry Kane.
No.
You don't think he'll score a bunch of goals in the Prem?
No, there's not going to be an Englishman to win it in a while.
I don't know, bro. They would have to win the World Cup. Like, I think like even making a semi-final or like a runners-up run, which I don't think they're gonna do. I don't think that would like be enough, because like what are Spurs really gonna do?
Nothing.
Who knows, bro?
If they finish top 4, maybe.
Antonio Conte's second season tax, bro. They might be firing.
Nah, I don't know. I can't see it. Like
They have been. He has been firing, to be fair.
I don't know.
Not Haaland numbers though.
I can't see it. You know, maybe someone like De Bruyne if Belgium have like a decent run, but then again, Belgium are kind of washed. Like their players, their kind of golden era, I think, is kind of come to an end. So it'll be tricky to see, but I think it'll definitely like play a big part in the conversation that we have come next year. And you know, maybe if it's like, you know, if it's like a team that's like, if it's like a Germany, let's say, that wins the World Cup, where I don't think you'll have that one standout player, and it would be more like, let's say, for example, like a team performance. You don't have that standout guy. Then, you know, maybe you see someone like Haaland win if they go on to win, you know, maybe the Champions League and he's top scorer. If they win the league, you know, then maybe someone like him can sneak in. But I think, like Matt said, the World Cup, I think, will play a big part.
Always does. Always will.
So, Ballon d'Or, are you guys satisfied with a top 3? Yes or no?
No.
Why?
Because I have the 3 in my head, and it wasn't that 3.
So De Bruyne and Mane stole a spot in the podium.
I don't mind De Bruyne there like that much. Mane, it's because he won AFCON.
So?
Yeah.
That's one competition.
Yeah, but it's a big
You won
competition.
AFCON, FA Cup, and Carabao Cup.
Yeah, those cups.
So what?
Those cost me nothing. It was
2 tin pot and then 1 major trophy.
Yeah.
Vini won Champions League, La Liga, Spanish Super Cup.
So 1 tin pot, 2 big ones.
And he has 42 GA last season. Mane had 28.
Yeah.
How's that make sense?
I don't know, man. I don't make up the rules.
Prem
You
bias?
Yeah.
You guys think I took a part this year? Prem bias?
A little bit.
do. City bias.
City
Actually,
bias?
Well, he plays for Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah. I thought I was talking about De Bruyne.
No, I think like there definitely is a little bit of Prem bias, and like we can even talk about this later, but like they voted the best team
Yeah.
in football.
City.
They did?
City was first, Liverpool was second, Madrid was third.
I didn't know that.
And I'm there thinking, how does that make any sense? You literally have a competition in place where the best teams in every league play against each other. Madrid beat City and Liverpool.
They're making up trophies all the time.
And they were third.
Didn't they just make
How does that make any sense?
Didn't they just give Lewandowski some random trophy this year again?
Yeah.
Like, what are these trophies that they're making up every year?
The Gerd
The
Muller
Gerd Muller.
trophy.
And then Mane got a random trophy too. He got the Socrates.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he got the Socrates
Whatever that
award.
is.
You got the Socrates award, but yeah, they've just been making up random trophies
so
and just
stupid.
tossing around to players. But
Honestly, I don't give a shit. Even your boy, we'll talk about if you want.
Huh?
The Barcelona youth.
We'll talk about that. But
oh yeah,
just want to say Ballon d'Or, not a serious competition. Sorry, not a serious trophy anymore. But for the sake of history, they wouldn't win it, right?
I don't have a problem with Benzema winning.
Yeah, if it's okay, he was the right one to win. So I think that's a serious trophy for that year. For this year, for
But
him
in terms
winning,
of who finished below him and the rankings,
yeah, that's whatever.
The rankings are all out of whack. I think Benzema is a winner. I'm with it. He
yeah, for
deserved it.
sure.
Clear winner.
Serious trophy,
Serious trophy. but
not
it's just
serious list.
the actual rankings themselves, not serious at all.
Facts.
Mhm.
I agree. But yeah, so that was the Ballon d'Or, and then moving on to another trophy in that ceremony was
Speaking of not serious,
Copa
Yeah.
trophy. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah,
I think it's
AOPA?
like best Spanish teacher award.
So yeah, Gavi ended up winning
yeah, that's not good enough.
the Copa trophy for the best young player of last season.
I don't know how.
Pure Paloma.
What do you guys think? Deserved or no?
No,
Why?
because he wasn't the best.
Why not?
I don't even
Why
think he
was
should
he?
have been in the top 5.
Really? Top 5?
Who's your top 5?
Why?
I think I can name 5 better players than him, at least based off of last season.
Yeah?
Can go.
Go ahead.
Jamal Musiala.
Was injured a lot last season.
Gavi didn't really start playing until what?
He was starting last season.
He didn't really do much.
He was started for his club and country. At what, 17 years old?
Yeah, I don't know, but I thought
For-
Yeah, what?
Jamal, I think
performances?
Musiala
Though.
was injured.
he still played, and even when he played, I thought he was better.
He only started
Um,
popping off the last, 2 months?
This season,
Last month,
this season
or
he's definitely been better
Last season, he
than
was
last season.
injured for the most part.
Yeah, but when he played, I thought he was a better player.
Either way,
Either way.
there's still better players.
Camavinga,
Camavinga was a bench player at Madrid last season.
can you blame him? What's he gonna do?
So how you going to give him the trophy if he's not playing?
I'm not saying give him the trophy, but I'd say put him ahead of Gavi.
Okay, who else?
Jude,
Jude, that's understandable.
I think he should have been the clear winner.
Clear
And I'm not
winner.
even saying that because I'm a Dortmund fan.
Why clear?
He should be the
he's
player. He's
better.
the better player.
At everything,
You know he's a better player. You just can't admit it.
But why is he clear?
he's the clear winner.
Who?
Why clear?
Jude,
like
Jude
you
is
said,
getting compared to
Camavinga-
Pedri. though.
Camavinga
Like
was
that level talent.
Camavinga was a bench player. You
Yeah.
said. Jamal was injured,
Yeah.
like you said, right? If you're, let's say you're comparing, let's say Gavi, and you're comparing Bellingham.
Yeah.
One of them is a little bit more of an attacking player. One of them is a little bit more of maybe an all-around midfielder, you would say, arguably.
Would you consider them both box-to-box players?
You could.
'Cause that's what I would say.
If they're both box-to-box players, right? Who has more of an impact on the game?
Don't you
Depends.
dare
They play
say.
different competitions.
Oh.
Champions League, right?
Champions
I
League,
think Jude
okay.
had 2 or 3 man of the matches in Champions League last season.
Gavi has
I
like
think
2 or
he
3
had,
yellow
like,
cards.
20 something goal contributions from midfielder as well.
But then again, is it also easier to stand out when you play at a lesser team?
Not really.
You don't think so?
Gavi doesn't really start every game though.
He
Like,
started a lot of games.
He's not like even this season. Like he's not starting every game. Like in the big game, even
Gavi's
against,
been starting pretty much like every game.
against Madrid didn't start. He's not starting the big games.
He's been rested.
And the what?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
he's
not
He's
getting
been
rest.
playing every game.
Yeah, but so he's not an important player though.
Well, someone that plays every game, you'd think they'd be
No,
important.
but you're gonna save him for the important games if he's an important player.
Xavi switched things up. I don't know what to tell you.
If he's this good of a player, because I would guarantee you Jude's in that lineup against Madrid.
You don't know that.
Yeah, he
Nah,
definitely is.
He definitely is.
At the end of the day, like I definitely think Gavi's a very talented player, and then the fact that he's 17 and he's being in this conversation, I think, is something that speaks for itself. He's obviously very talented for his age, and I just don't think this was his time to win it. I think it was a little. I don't know how Jude was 4th.
Yeah, that's a
literally
little
makes
crazy.
no sense. I know he didn't really score a lot in the Bundesliga, but then again,
he scores a midfielder.
if you're doing bits in the Champions League and it's like, you're scoring goals against City and you're doing all these bits. It's like, you clearly have a lot of quality. So I think fourth is a little harsh, but yeah, I don't know. I think Gavi is going to be a great player, but I think at 17 he still has a lot more opportunity to kind of win this award. Like Pedri won it last season, fairs, right? I think this was Bellingham's year. Then maybe next year you have someone like Gavi kind of step up and win it, right? But
How old are you?
You said 5
eligible?
players though.
Huh?
You said 5 players would finish above
The
him.
last one.
You said
I did say that.
Camavinga, you said Bellingham, and you
I
said
did say
Musiala.
that.
Who else?
Oh, yeah, 2 more.
I got 2 more. This is
What's
tough.
the max age you could go to? 21.
21?
I think so.
It's tough, huh?
How old's
5 players.
How old's
eh?
Gravenberch?
Gravenberch, I think was like 9th or something.
I don't know if I'd put Gravenberch.
No, I was asking how old he is. I don't know if he was
Oh, I don't
eligible.
know.
Wirtz was hurt a lot.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I think just give up. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll just give up.
You sure?
Yeah.
What, you have a couple names on that list or what?
No, like I could give you the top 10 if you guys want.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I know Gvardiol was there.
So
I know
10 Wirtz, 9 Adeyemi, 8
Oh,
Saka, 6 Gravenberch,
Saka.
6 Gvardiol, 5
Who stinks?
Nunmenge, 4 Jude, 3 Jamal, 2 Camavinga, 1 Gavi.
Saka stinks.
No, he doesn't, bro.
He's
Saka.
top 10 because there's not that many like on his level. But
Yeah, maybe I bit off a little more than I can chew with that outside of top 5.
no, he's top. Yeah, he's probably top 3.
Who's your top 1 though?
Jude easily. It shouldn't even
Well,
be a
why
comp-
why easily?
Because he's the best. He's a better player.
I think
He's
if
captaining Dortmund right now at what 19.
if you're
This is last season we're talking about.
Yeah, I know it was last season, but like he was still starting. He's starting the big games. Unlike Gavi.
I think if
Gavi
you're
was starting big games too.
if you're going and you're putting out a team and you have one, let's say, box to box midfielder slot left, I think you're probably going to start Jude.
Depends what you want from your player though.
No.
But what
Depends how
does
the coach
Gavi
plays.
do?
You just said
better
that they're
than-
both box to box.
What does Gavi do better than Jude?
He's better at pressing the player and winning back balls, I think.
You think?
Then Jude?
I don't know about that.
Press resistant a little bit more.
No, but he
Come
goes.
on.
Gavi is reckless. He's not better at winning the ball. He's gonna cause a foul getting the ball back.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
he's
think
tackling so many times. He's getting
not-
so many
he's not
ball
more-
recoveries.
He's not more press resistant than Jude. Come on.
I don't know.
Jude dances.
I don't know. Gavi's alright. I don't think he's like that good.
He's a great player, but I don't think when you're comparing young talents, you have, your Haaland, Mbappe, you have Pedri, Jude, and then you can compare Gavi and whoever else you want to compare.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like Jude versus Gavi shouldn't really be a comparison because I think Bellingham's clear, which is fair because he's older, right? It's like if you have 2 more years of professional experience, you should be a more well-rounded player, maybe a little bit more mature, maybe a better decision maker. But it's not to say Gavi's not a brilliant player. I think he is.
So he's
I just thought it was weird that he won this year when I don't think he should have. But c'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
Interesting. But yeah, did you guys see Seba was there? Luva de Pedrero?
What a guy, man.
Pretty
That guy's
crazy, bro.
invited
Man went from
everywhere.
like playing like in the sand, bro, like having his boys record him to man's at the Ballon d'Or ceremony. What a come up, bro.
Seba.
Yes,
Seba.
sir.
Crazy come up. But yeah, moving on to some league games. We had Liverpool versus Manchester City over the weekend. Pretty hectic game.
Yeah.
Usually we see like these two teams being like nicey nice with each other, but this weekend, bro, like it was a bit of a brawl.
It got
Like,
hot.
you saw Klopp got sent
Yeah.
off. You saw Bernardo pulling on Salah's jersey, like them kind of getting into it
That was
afterwards.
kind of cheesy.
Haaland got kicked in the nuts.
Haaland got hit in the nuts, bro.
It got rowdy, and Virgil continued to streak. See that? I
What streak is that?
think it was like he's still undefeated at home in the Premier League with Liverpool.
Actually,
It's like 69 or 70
that's crazy.
games now.
Damn.
I seen some people on Twitter, some
Oh,
some Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, you had a good run, streaks over like the night before the game," and then everyone was hopping on that fan after the game.
No, he had a great game. Nothing. He pretty locked down Haaland.
There was no aura defending this game. He defended this game.
Yeah.
There was no aura. There was no Doctor Strange.
He's got to be doing this every game though.
He was, he came to play. He was bullying. He was winning everything in the air.
But when he plays good, Liverpool plays good. You could tell a difference.
Yeah.
Like he's the key to that team.
I mean, that's usually how it works for like bigger teams. Like if your best player performs, usually the team performs as well. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salah, another one who performed. He looked like his old self.
I think that game against Rangers kind of gave him his groove back a little bit.
We'll see.
A little hat trick off the bench.
A little staff hat against Rangers.
He could have had a couple of goals, but I'm sorry to all you Liverpool fans. Nunez is terrible.
Yeah, he's bad.
Bro. He
He's
had a
terrible.
poor game, bro.
He was 25th in the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I don't know
ranking.
how, man.
25th.
I don't even know how you
Come
guys.
Can't take these seriously, bro.
I don't know how you guys
Tell
paid
me
that
how.
much money for him. I don't know how you finished that high in the Ballon d'Or, but he sucks. He sucks. He had Salah open I don't know how many times to sweat, and he goes for the shot. He's selfish and he sucks.
Like it's one thing if you're selfish and you score.
Yeah,
It's another thing maybe if you can't score but you can make the right decision. But he's got it backwards. He can't score, and he's selfish, and he doesn't pass, and he's making the wrong decision
every time.
every time.
Like it.
He's dribbling like speed.
Yeah, he's bad.
I don't know.
I think-
Maybe he'll turn it around, but I don't know.
They could have probably got like a player from like the championship for half price.
Championship.
That would've- that would've- I'm saying that would have been better than this guy. This guy stinks.
Hey man, adjusting period, bro.
You think?
Man, he doesn't look
But
like
some players you gotta allow them at least a year to adjust.
Yeah.
I think
he just
Fair,
doesn't
fair.
look good though. Like he doesn't look like a good.
It's a lot of
player.
money though.
it is a lot of money to
It's
be
a lot
fair.
of money.
But that's football now, bro.
That's true.
He dribbles weird. He shoots weird.
It's weird because like when we see him play for Benfica, he didn't look like this.
I don't know. I saw a compilation of a Benfica fan saying, "This is what you actually got." Like you just saw all the good highlights. All the time.
Yeah, different guy playing the Champions League or something. It's like his twin brother. I don't know.
Maybe. Did you guys see how they did like the 3-man sub at once, Liverpool? And originally they called for Salah to come off, but
Yeah.
Salah was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, bro, I'm staying on, bro.
Yeah.
I'm staying."
Yeah, he went to go
Man
talk
ended
to
up
Klopp.
bagging afterwards.
He went to go talk to Klopp. He's like, "What?
He's like, "Klopp, I am the captain."
You can't." I was saying it when we were watching live. Like, why would you take off Salah? He's literally been the best player besides Van Dijk. He's the only one causing anything.
Can't. And at the end of the day, he's the goal threat. It's like, you know what I mean? Like who you can't leave. Like Firmino's been kind of in a good run of form, but even then, like he's not going to be the one that's going to be able to counter. Like against Liverpool, against City, like you're going to have those opportunities to counter because City are going to press, and it's like you're not going to leave Nunez up there because clearly we've seen that he isn't really capable of doing it on his own. You don't have Mane anymore.
No Diaz.
Diaz is not playing, right? And so Salah has to be that guy, right? And it's paid off, right?
I like that Carvalho guy when he came on.
Fabio Carvalho.
He's tricky too.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Portuguese talent.
He's a good player.
He's direct, good on the ball.
But yeah,
Yeah, there's
Liverpool.
that crazy interaction between Bernardo and Salah towards the touchline
Yeah.
where was Salah running with space on the ball. Bernardo kind of closed him down, but Bernardo ended up being the one being taken down.
Salah threw him around, man.
And then he was complaining to the linesman, like, "You're right there. How do you miss that?" Crazy.
Bernardo was saying that.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Salah was like, "What are you doing? Like this guy's grabbing me."
Oh, yeah. Salah was saying that, right?
And then Klopp got sent off.
Yeah.
He got heated. Heated Klopp gets the red, but they got the dub. So in the end, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So now Arsenal, how far ahead are they? Because they won again this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Leeds 1-0.
Arsenal just kind of keep on ticking, like very under the radar. They're winning games. They don't have European football to worry about. So they're just kind of cruising, but it'll be interesting to see what happens when they come up against City. Or have they played Liverpool yet?
No, they only played United. I think that was the only.
They
and
played
Spurs.
United and they lost. They beat Spurs, right?
Yeah.
So
Spurs with the red card though.
it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens when they come up against Liverpool or City or even a Chelsea. If they haven't played Chelsea yet, like maybe that's when they'll kind of come back to earth a little bit. A team like that maybe knocks off points, and the next thing you know, they're kind of level on points with City, right? But so far they've been looking good.
Even my Newcastle's might give them a challenge, man.
Yeah, Newcastle have been a pesky side. They gave City a challenge. They gave United a tough game this weekend too. A little 0-0 nail biter there.
Mm-hmm.
Some shouts there should have been a couple penalty calls.
Possibly.
Ref getting some slander.
It's to be expected, bro. Officiating in the Prem.
It's fishing everywhere nowadays, man.
Yeah, you can't win, can you?
But I just wanted to finish off on that Liverpool City. So after the game, they're angry City fans. Angry Liverpool fans for some reason. And they're complaining, saying that Bernardo is one of their top hated players in the Prem.
I saw that.
The most hated players. They had people were doing like a top 3. They had Bernardo, Bruno Fernandes, and Richarlison. Like most hated players in the Prem.
All Portuguese speaking.
Yeah.
Who are you guys' most hated players?
The
In
Prem?
the Prem?
Let's just say just overall.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Most hated / most punchable faces.
You're putting me in a spot here. I wish I knew.
Because a lot of people put those 3 players on the same kind of caliber in terms of hate and like most punchable face.
I know I'm gonna forget players though. That's the thing. I want to say probably Leao.
Leao? Really?
No, I like
Not
Leao.
punchable face.
No, I'm
You're
joking.
just
I
mad
like
because
him. I
he.
like him. No, probably Rabiot.
Rabio.
Well,
you don't like those locks?
no, I don't like him. He's too cocky and he's shit. I don't know, man. It's tough. Ramsey.
Why? He
'Cause-
doesn't even play for your club
He
anymore.
stinks. He came to my club for no reason.
Okay, someone that doesn't play for your club.
I can't think of 3, man. I don't know. Give me.
Really?
Give me. Yeah, I can't think of people on the spot that I hate.
Interesting.
There's definitely players that I hate though. I can't think of them. Who are your 3?
I've got a few low key. Like most punchable faces. I think Lucas Vasquez definitely
What?
up there. Bro, this guy looks like a bean, bro.
So what?
He has a punchable face.
So you're gonna punch Lucas Vaz? He's the first person you're gonna
You
punch.
see him IRL. You
I
gonna
think
punch him
I
out?
think he's top 1, bro. For most
Really?
punchable faces. I think number 2 I'd put Casemiro.
What?
Casemiro is a very punchable
Bro, he's
face,
Brazilian.
That doesn't matter. He
I
just has a
think-
weird looking face. Like he looks like a baby and like a grown man at the
So
same time.
what? You gonna punch him?
He just has a punchable face.
No.
Oh, you know. Okay, no, I got one.
And then 3,
I got one.
I think Richarlison's a good shout, bro.
Yeah, Richarlison. Yeah,
He's a good shout. Why? Who'd you come up with over there?
only one I got though. Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba?
I hate that
I
guy.
agree with that.
I hate that guy.
He's definitely punchable.
Chipmunk looking at it.
Yeah, Jordi Alba for sure.
Why? What about you, Jimmy?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. This is tough because there's a lot of players.
'Cause I saw on Twitter people were saying Bernardo, people were saying Richarlison and Bruno Fernandes, people were saying Cristiano.
Poor Cristiano.
A few other players too, but
Lautaro.
those are like the general consensus, like top 3 between those 3 players.
They're just taking a swing.
Most hated / most punchable face.
I don't know, man.
Goretzka.
Goretzka, yeah,
I hate Goretzka.
I can see that.
I feel like he'd swing right back. This guy's off the juice, man. So I would kind of be scared.
Oh, he's swinging back
I'd
hard.
be scared
You're probably
to
gonna get
throw. Kimmich.
Kimmich, yeah.
I'd throw one at Kimmich. I wouldn't be too scared about getting one back.
It looks like Dario. You gonna punch out Dario?
This guy said he looks like Dario.
Kimmich.
Shout out Dario.
Shout out Dario. Shout out Dario. On a honeymoon with Dave right now.
Oh, I would punch out Mbappe, man.
Yeah, yo,
Mbappe-
low key.
I would
Low-key
punch him
does,
out, man.
bro.
He has such a
Low
punchable
key
face.
does, bro.
Stupid Ninja
he's
Turtle looking
cute,
ass.
man.
Nah, low-key does have a punchable face.
No.
Ninja Turtle looking
Low-key,
ass.
bro.
No
He's cute,
way.
man.
Especially with his arrogance and ego, bro.
Oh, he's a
That
brat.
just ups it, no?
Nah, I wouldn't punch Mbappe.
Honestly,
That's a good shout.
my top
low-key.
3 is okay. Well, Gavi's lucky he's only 17, so I can't punch him out.
He's 18 now, bro.
He's 18.
He's
Gavi's
18, bro. He can catch the hands.
Gavi's in my top 3.
This guy's about to catch a case.
So say it again. Top 3.
Jordi Alba, Gavi, and Mbappe. Those are my 3. If Rabiot counts, then Rabiot's probably will take
Why wouldn't he count?
because he said don't use your team.
Oh, you can't use your own team?
Nah, you can, but you're naming players. All
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
for your
Oh,
team.
Bentoncourt. I'm gonna punch out Bentoncourt, that idiot.
Why?
I have like there's so many. Bentoncourt sucks.
Why
guy
you just
stink-
punched out the whole Juve team?
He sucks ass, man.
Don't let this guy in the locker room, bro.
Yeah. Guy's going to be swinging, bro. Jeez.
So you got
Oh, and the
Oh,
Shilio.
God.
the Shilio.
The whole
Oh,
Juve
the
team.
Just
Shilio,
name
man.
the whole squad at this
What
point.
about
bro.
Allegri?
Allegri
Allegri does have a punchable face, bro.
Allegri did a lot for us. I can't.
Yeah,
Did he though?
Yeah, before, not now. He's washed now.
I think he can catch a swing.
he's on
No,
borrowed time.
He'll catch a slap.
Catch a slap, catch
No,
a death eyes quick.
Yeah.
That's more disrespectful than a punch.
No, punch like you.
What
got-
about in your flick?
A punch is more respectable.
I don't want to hit. I don't want to hurt him. Like,
I don't
You
think
think you
you're
gonna
gonna
hurt
hurt
him?
him anyway,
You
man.
think you
Come
hurt
on.
him, big man?
This guy, huh?
look at these.
Look at those guns, huh?
So you said Kimmich, Goretzka, and
Kimmich, Goretzka.
one more.
One more. What are we gonna throw? I can't do all Bayern players. It's gonna make me look salty.
Emery Chan. Emery Chan, I would punch out too, but he would
Yeah?
absolutely kill me.
He'd punch back.
He would absolutely eat me alive.
Thomas Meunier.
Meunier.
That's like your favorite player.
Yeah, bro. That's where you rate him.
He's all right. I don't know, man. He just
This guy's
cheeses
bigging
me.
him up, bro.
He's bare inconsistent. Some games he can't put a cross in or pass the ball. In the other game, he looks like Belgian Becks.
You gotta be the most wishy-washy. Actually,
And he's got like a punchable face. But he's a bigger dude still.
okay,
he kinda
okay.
is.
Low key, the most punchable face is probably Harry Maguire, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Harry
true.
Kane.
And Harry
Phil
Kane.
Foden.
I
Phil
would,
Foden
I
too,
would
low-key.
swing.
I forgot about all these English players, but like,
Yeah.
there's so many English players that I would.
Never
swing
mind,
on, man.
Meunier, you're safe. Foden.
Foden, eh?
Foden with that trim.
Jeez.
I think Maguire. I think Maguire might be the number one though. That, bro, you could catch so much of his face too.
But I feel like
So it's
I
just
feel
like
like your
space
hand
ahead,
would
bro.
come out like in bad shape.
Yeah, he
After
wouldn't even
punching
feel it.
Maguire. I think he's solid. It's like a fridge.
That's what they call him, the fridge.
It's like a brick, bro.
Yeah.
Your hand's gonna be bruised after.
Brick.
No chance.
Yeah, I'm locking in my 3.
That's your 3.
I'd swing first Kimmich.
Kimmich first? What the heck?
Yeah.
Kimmich's not even that. Doesn't have that
Cocky, man. He's
punchable
And
face.
he always scores against Dortmund.
But he's good.
Yeah, I don't care if he's good.
Poor Dario,
You're
man.
gonna punch Mbappe.
Screw Mbappe.
Mbappe's great. I'd punch
Come on.
Goretzka.
I like Mbappe, but I
And
hate
then
him.
if I have anything left, I'll throw one for
5 anything
Foden.
left.
I'll throw one at Foden.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think Gavi would be my number one.
Interesting, eh?
You don't like Gavi. You never have though.
No,
He's had like a very long, deep hatred for Gavi.
no. Let's start off.
And Pedri.
Let's start off with Pedri.
Start off with Pedri, which is interesting.
I think it's because you guys are like kind of like ruining it for Spatty.
Yeah,
these
Jordi Alba.
Barca brats.
Love to hear it. But yeah, finishing off my top 3, Lucas Vasquez, 100% number 1, catching the 1-2 Mayweather. Number 2, Casemiro. Definitely. If I wasn't Brazilian, I'd dislike him even more. And number 3, I think I'm gonna have to put Bruno Fernandes in there, bro.
Yeah,
He just has such a jammy
Yeah,
face.
He does, bro.
does.
Especially with his crooked
he's
teeth.
a little jammy.
But yeah, that's my top 3. Let us know your guys' top 3.
Yeah, let us know who you punches. You gotta be careful because some of these guys are gonna punch back.
What are the top 3 fan bases that you punch? No, I'm joking.
Fan bases. Go ahead, bro.
Barca.
Jeez.
That's it.
Just Barca, eh?
Wow.
Milan.
I'm right here, bro.
Milan.
I'm right here.
Throw hands. You're talking.
So
up
he's right
big.
here too.
What do you
These are the
mean?
Barca fans.
Yeah? 2
Only-
versus 1, bro.
Oh,
What
you
you
go.
gonna do?
I think it's only Maple Barca fans though.
Run up.
I don't know how you guys are
Maple
in
Barca fans,
España.
Run up.
Yeah, run up, bro.
Don't
Start it
worry.
right now.
Run up, man.
I guarantee I can find more Juve fans around this area and just
Oh, come on.
Yeah, well, we live in Maple, bro.
we're gonna get a nice
Obviously.
brawl going. Let's go.
Set a time and place, bro.
Matt's gonna call up his goons. Yeah.
You're gonna just see Dave and Jay pull up from their flights.
But yeah, let's move on to El Clasico. Pretty big game over the weekend. Pretty tough to witness from Barca's standpoint, but all in all, I think Madrid did play the better game.
Hala Madrid.
What?
Hala Madrid.
What do you mean by that, bro?
What do you mean? I'm a Madrid fan when they play Barca
Why?
because I hate Barca.
Wow. So we watched the game live. What do you think of the game?
It's a good game. Well, Madrid played good. Barca couldn't do anything. The bus was parked and the bus was not moving until after the 90 minutes.
They didn't really park though.
Madrid?
They did park.
Madrid? Yeah, they did park, bro.
They parked,
The bus
but
was in full effect, bro. Double decker,
it
everything.
was tactical. Like it worked
It
perfectly.
was tactical. When
is.
Mourinho does it, it's just parking the bus. When Ancelotti does it,
No,
it's
but-
tactical, bro.
But like it was parking the bus, but with like perfect counters.
Well, that's how park the bus works.
Oh,
You
then,
sit deep and then counter.
hey, don't get scored on
Tough, bro.
because then they can't park.
Easier said than done.
Fairs.
But yeah, Benzema opened up the scoring in the 12th minute.
Garcia
man was just
stinks.
left wide open after a Vini run. They hit a quick counter. Vini ran with it. Good save from Ter Stegen, but for some reason, like all the players are like kind of crowding Vini, and then Benzema was just left unmarked outside the box.
Poor
and just
defending.
hits into the back of the net easy.
And it started off with Busquets because he was too weak.
Busquets lost the ball like in the midfield, which led to the counter, which is one of the many reasons why he should not be playing anymore for Football Club Barcelona. But anyways, Valverde ended up scoring the second goal. Something kind of similar where, once again, he was left wide open. Just no one marking him outside the box. Nice finish as well, too, but Barca players got to do better there, man. Like, you can't mark all the players at once. You got to, disperse and try to cover more ground and cover up the space.
Yeah,
That's what Madrid were doing. They're covering the spaces.
Eric Garcia with a bad deflection. I can't remember who it went to, but that's kind of what started off the whole play. And then they just kind of left Valverde open.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Valverde, I saw Tony Cruz put out a tweet. Fede Valverde, top 3 in the world right now.
Midfielders or wingers?
Top 3.
Top 3 players. He's not even top 3 on Madrid.
Top 3?
Top 3 on Madrid?
No.
Right now, who is?
Vini, Benzema, and Modric.
Really? I'd say Fede is there low key, bro.
Top 3 is better than Modric?
I think so.
This season?
So far this season, low key.
Maybe better than Vinny, too.
Maybe.
He's been...
How about Alaba?
How about him?
Al's been solid, but
He might be top 3.
Valverde might be the best
Militao had a better
this
game.
season.
No, that's because Benzema has been out for like 4 games.
The best ability?
Benzema is the
His
best.
availability, man. Come on.
No, Benzema is the best. You could see it.
But Valverde, based on form this season, he's been red hot. You
He
can't
has
really
been.
name too many players that have been as hot as him this season. Haaland.
Neymar, Vini, Haaland,
Lewandowski he has 9 goals in the league.
Lewandowski, low key, yeah, but not in the big competitions.
But Valverde, Champions League, he's scoring.
Mm-hmm.
League, Barcelona, he's scoring. Dangerous, man.
Well,
Dangerous player, man.
since when does goals make you the best player on the field?
I mean, goals win you games, no?
Yeah.
But the thing is with him, it's not just goals. Like,
yeah, I know.
he's
He
been a
puts in a shift.
workhorse. He's been, a creative outlet. But now he's scoring goals, too. It's like, where'd this come from?
Facts.
So, being the best player, putting a shift is a good,
Okay, if you're gonna,
He's a good team
If you're
player.
gonna bring this up and try to bring Chiesa into
Oh, when
I
I
don't wanna
say
hear
it,
it. I
when
don't
I
wanna
say
hear
it's not a good point.
What does that have to do
Okay.
with
this, I wanna
Chiesa?
hear it.
Talk to us.
'Cause
I
what-
knew exactly where he was going. when he
Yeah.
said that.
Because I said, what does he? You guys said, what does he do well? I said he put. Well, one of my points was he put in a shift.
Do you think Chiesa is better than Valverde?
I haven't seen Chiesa play in a year. See, I can't say that now.
Well, based on what you see Valverde doing versus what you've seen Chiesa do.
I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch so much of Valverde, so I don't know. I've only watched that one game and one or two Champions League games highlights. So, does that answer your question or what?
I mean, they're different
No,
players. One's like
Yeah,
a
they are.
pure kind of winger. Others like a false winger, midfielder.
Yeah.
Someone who just plays like everywhere on the pitch, covers every blade of grass. So it's kind of hard to compare in that
Yeah,
sense, right?
Apparently, Chiesa's good to go,
That's what I heard.
but Leggy doesn't want to use him yet.
He wants to
gonna
play him like with the
play him
U21s.
youth team
Yeah, he wants
first.
to. Yeah, he wants him to get some minutes in before he plays for.
What do you think about that?
I don't mind that.
And Pogba's back too, pretty much. I think the rumor on the streets of Turin, November 4th or 5th,
Yeah.
the real Juventus is here.
Whoa.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
The real Juventus is
what
here.
is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Pog back, Di Maria fit,
Dimer's not gonna be fit.
Chiesa back, Rabiot, the midfield with Pogba,
Dimer's not gonna be fit.
Captain of that team. Right?
captain, Vlahovic finally going to get some service.
Final. No, honestly, no. Vlahovic is gonna start scoring when those guys come back. But Di Maria's not gonna stay fit. Di Maria's gonna probably get as little minutes as possible going up to the World Cup, and then after the World Cup, he's probably gonna be injured.
But Chiesa's back. Pogba, the savior.
He'll
He's
be
back
good.
in the
He's just gonna
midfield.
get. They're all injured. They're all gonna get injured again.
Pogba, Rabiot, Paredes.
Paredes hasn't even been playing.
What a midfield.
They don't play Paredes and Bentancur too often,
Who?
do they?
Bendancourt's not even on the team.
Or Paredes and
Locatelli.
Locatelli.
Oh, they
I've seen a lot of Juve fans complaining like, how come Allegri doesn't play them together?
because they do the same thing. Can't really.
Whole lot of nothing.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, we'll finish off on the Barca game here. Ferran Torres, you know it's bad when Ferran scores on you, bro. Like, he got the one consolation goal. Decent little tap and finish, open net, but wasn't enough as Rodrigo. 91st minute. Some might say a little suspect, that penalty, bro.
He stepped on him.
Little suspect. Some were saying he was offside in the build-up.
No.
On that one pass that got to him.
No?
Hmm?
Yeah, they brought it back.
What?
He wasn't
Koundé's
offside.
leg keep him on?
They brought it back when we were watching.
I mean, we've seen how VAR has deceived us prior in previous games, how they'll show it
you
on
look
the
too much
screen.
into this stuff, man.
Meanwhile, the player's actually offside. We've seen this happen in the Prem.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was okay.
Well, either way, it still would have been 2-1.
I mean, if you give that a pen, which is fine, how come Lewandowski didn't get a pen? I'm just saying.
I think I
I'm
could
just
see that
saying,
being
bro.
a pen
if
too,
you're gonna
but I
call
also
one,
could see.
I think you got to call the other.
I saw it both ways. I don't know. No, that the Madrid one was more of a pen because he actually full on stepped on him. Lewandowski kind of just.
There was contact.
Lewandowski was pushed, bro.
There was
Yeah,
contact.
but it was like a
Arm was
soft-
out.
There
it was
wasn't a
soft.
lot.
Still
If there's,
foul.
if there's like a full stomp on the foot, I think it's hard to not call.
And Lewandowski was kind of on his way down before he even got contact.
Still got pushed.
Yeah, but they look at that. Like if you see a player falling down already before he even got
He
touched,
was going down as the push happened.
it was like him falling and then he got touched and then he just did the rest of the
I
fall.
don't know.
He was looking for a pen. That's what he was.
Don't all players?
Eh,
I mean,
eh,
I mean,
eh,
You don't?
eh. I don't.
I throw my body around.
I don't look for a pen. I've never
This guy's a diver.
dove in my life.
This guy's a diver. No, but I think if you call one, you got to call the other. I just think the Madrid one, I think if maybe it was offside, who knows? But I think the actual act of the penalty, I think is like it's stone wall, step on the foot. The Lewandowski one, I think, can go both ways. I definitely think there was contact, but like,
There was no VAR check, though.
Was there enough
It's a
contact?
little suspect.
I think there was.
There
VAR.
was. The ref
No.
just didn't go to VAR.
The
The main ref, but
He
he
didn't check the
listened.
screen.
He listened to him. That
He checked
doesn't.
the screen for Rodrigo's.
Yeah, I
one.
know, but that's because it was a closer call. The third. What the hell am I saying right
Fourth
now?
official.
The fourth official was looking at it. He was just talking to him on the mic. He told him to
Are
wait.
you a
at that.
Madrid fan?
Yeah, sure. I hate talking to you guys about these games, man.
Could have been. It's tricky,
Watch
but
La Liga more and you'll know, bro.
at the end of the day, the big teams always get the calls, right? And Barca have been there; they get the calls. Juve get the calls. Bayern
No, we
get the
don't. We don't
calls.
get anything anymore.
Like these
Anymore.
teams always will get the calls, in these games, and it's just part of football. But I think, the league's not over for Barca. And I think as it's obviously tough to lose against the rival like that, but it's a long season, and as long as you beat every other team, right, you do your best to get as many points as possible, then you can see yourself there at the end of the season, right? And we've seen that this Barca team has been able to, under Xavi, has been able to beat Madrid. Thinking back to that game last season where they pummeled them,
4-0.
and that
Yeah,
was
but
without Leva.
That was a game that didn't really mean much, though,
What do
How?
you mean?
because
It's a
they already
classical win,
they're
bro.
already
Always
winning.
means something.
Yeah, but they already won the league.
Always means something, dude.
It didn't mean as much as this one did.
Madrid are only 3 points ahead.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
lost.
That's what I'm saying. This
There's
one.
another game to be played too. Against
That's what I'm saying.
Madrid.
This one was meant more than the other one. The other one didn't mean anything on the standings.
Bragging rights.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you're still gonna go out there, and it was still the same team that went out there and played. But maybe Xavi just got this one a little wrong with how maybe he set up the team. Maybe no Busquets. In that midfield, especially knowing that Madrid are gonna be looking to counter. Maybe you look for someone that's a little bit more mobile on the ball. But obviously, I think not having Araujo
Yeah, it's
made a pretty big
miss.
difference as well, because Garcia, as great as he is on the ball, and as great as he is in build up, he's just not very good defensively, and especially against a team where they have that number 9 or that attacker that's prominent. Like you saw it against Inter, he couldn't handle Martinez. You saw it against Madrid. Now he struggled as well against Madrid. So it's like comes to a point where it's like, well, when you got to cut your loss. It's like he's great on the ball, but it's like when you don't have the ball, or when you have to make that that block or that tackle, sometimes he's not always there. Sometimes he is. I think he had that one great block during the game.
Yeah.
But I think he just too frequently finds himself under the microscope of making that mistake that leads to a goal, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
tough because it probably shoots his confidence, and then makes it even harder for him to kind of get out of that rut.
He has a punchable face too.
Yeah. Do you make your top 3 though?
No.
Adding on to make it a top 5 or what?
Yeah. A lot of punches being thrown.
But yeah, that was Madrid 3, Barcelona 1. Like I said, only 3 points behind. Still possible for Barca to win.
It's a long season.
Yeah, like Champions League, I don't see them qualifying to the next round. I feel like Europa is definitely in the future for Barca, but even with that, I think the league.
Wait,
is
were you
still
the
possible.
one? Were you one of the ones that said that Barca would make it through the next round?
No, I don't think so.
Those Jay and Dave, those idiots.
But yeah, Barca, I think they still have a chance to win La Liga.
You had them to win
Copa
the
del
whole
Rey,
league.
a possibility as well too. If they go down to Europa, not that big a deal. If they win La Liga and another trophy, IMO.
It's okay. We'll see you guys there. Actually, I hope we don't even go there. I'd rather finish 4th.
Why?
I don't want to watch Europa League, man.
Losing mentality.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And honestly, they gotta keep losing because they gotta change
I
stuff.
don't think they're gonna sack Allegri, even if
No, I don't want them to sack Allegri. I want them at the end of the year to change everything because at that point they'll sack Allegri.
Really?
But
Yeah.
you think like finishing 3rd or 4th place in the group has that much bearing on it?
No, that'll just be a cherry on top.
If they finish 4th place in the group.
Yeah.
But at least if you finish 3rd place, you get a little bit more money.
No, I want them to get as little money as possible. I wanted them to be forced to have to use youth players because that's the cheapest option.
But your youth players kind of stink.
Huh?
You heard me?
Our youth players kind of think?
Yeah.
They don't.
Christopher.
They don't. Yeah, they're not good compared to yours or Barca's, obviously. But I take like Sule. He's better than half the wingers we have on our team. I'd rather him play than Cuadrado.
Doesn't Cordero play right back?
No, he's been playing right wing.
Oh, God.
So
Why though?
But I don't know. When he comes on, does he really make a difference? Is he really impacting
he
the
plays
game?
like 3 minutes a game. What do you want him to do?
Make an impact.
Yeah, for 3 minutes.
Give Allegri a reason for him to play.
He probably touches the ball once.
Do something with that touch. Make it a goal.
He does. It's usually a cross.
Who are you talking about? Which player is this?
Sule.
Matias Sule. I heard he's quite talented. He got called up to Argentina.
He's a good player.
Good player, but I think I don't know, with a coach like Allegri, you don't really see the youth getting a lot of minutes under Allegri historically, right? And it's like you don't really have a lot of. Well, I know, to be fair, Chiesa is hurt, Di Maria is hurt, but you don't really have like many other wingers or like creative players. Like Kostic is a great wing back. I don't know if he's a great winger.
He's been good.
Right? And then who else do you have? Moise Keane. He stinks. I'm sorry.
He's actually when he comes on, he actually does something compared to what we have.
Does he? And what's that?
Like he usually gets attempts, but he misses them. He's like Morata.
Not goals or assists.
He
bro.
reminds me of Morata. That's what he reminds me of.
Really?
Come on, Morata's a much better player.
Yeah, he is a better player, but I'm saying like the way he plays.
He's not very good.
I've never said he was good.
Like, he's terrible.
I said he actually makes a difference, though. I'm not saying he's good. He comes on and creates chances because he actually tries to go at a player. Unlike other guys, just pass back. Oh, here, pass back. Here, pass back. Lose the ball, pass back. Oh, it just keeps going. Moise Keane will actually run at them. Yeah, maybe he'll
and then
lose
he
it.
loses the ball.
Okay, I'd rather
It's the
I'd rather
same
that.
result.
I'd rather that though. He doesn't lose it that often though. He'll get around the player more often than anything. Then his cross will be shit. But I'd rather him do that.
So the end result is still nothing.
Yeah, his end result is shit, but he could
So either
create
way, you
something.
end up in the same scenario.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'd rather players take on or like be creative instead of just boring the pass back to the defender, then goalie, and then start nothing.
Donut ball.
Donut ball.
What do you think about their game against Torino?
It was all right. They had chances. They could have more. Vlahovic could have 2 or 3. And he got 1. Got the win. Kostic and him were actually linking up. They had their Serbia form.
Serbia form, man.
Yeah, they're cooking in Serbia. But yeah,
Serbia have a decent little team, man. A lot of talent.
Yeah, they're not bad.
You think he sticks around much longer if things keep going the way they are?
ooh, Vlahovic.
I don't think so.
I think there's gonna be a lot of change out this year. Apparently,
And
like
he's one of them, bro.
no, He's not.
You
He's
think
not.
he wants to stay under Allegri?
No, Allegri's not gonna be there.
Then who is? Wait, didn't you say he has like this crazy contract where they have to pay him what 40 million to sack him?
Yeah, this like during the year.
So when does that contract end?
After the year, I think it gets cut down to something. I don't know what.
To what, 20 million?
Maybe 10 or something like that.
Still a lot.
They still gotta pay him up. But it's not gonna be 40 million.
That's still a lot though. And
Yeah.
It's like if they don't make
10 million to 40 million.
But the thing is, okay, if they don't make Champions League,
Yeah, they lose money.
they lose money, yes.
A lot of
but
money.
the thing is, your pull of being able to attract more talent maybe isn't there as much. I know you're still the Juventus, but you don't have as much pull if you're not playing Champions League, right?
Yeah.
Does Vlahovic want to stay and not play Champions League?
I think he'll be totally fine with that for 1 year.
Who
I
says
think
it's just for 1 year?
it's looking like Conte is gonna be coming back, and then
Really?
What?
What?
It
The
looks like it
cycle
is.
continues?
yeah,
Christ.
probably. I don't, but that's not.
Jeez.
We're acting like this is such a bad thing. Like Conte would bring them back.
What's with the
And then
recycling though?
after Conte? That's where you're gonna have to make the
And
big
Sadi
change.
comes back from Lazio.
Yeah,
And
after
then Pirlo comes back from sabbatical, and then we get Allegri again.
That's crazy.
2026, Allegri will be back.
whatever. Okay,
Bonucci
but
will still be playing.
also, Del Piero's supposed to be part of the board next year. They're trying to get him in.
Yeah.
I think
What's he gonna do?
that would be big, just to kind of show what Juventus is. You know.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know what position he's gonna have. I just heard that he's gonna be part of Juventus next year.
That's
Just
cool.
be chatting up.
He might be part of the coaching staff. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Jeez, getting the band back together. We get Chiellini in there too.
Hey, I wouldn't
I think
mind.
that's what they've been missing this season.
Yeah, a
Chiellini.
leader. No, they've been missing a leader, and that's
What about Rabiot, bro?
No, they've been missing a leader. Bonucci isn't a leader without Chiellini.
Bonucci's not much though. Chiellini.
Yeah, he's been pretty shit.
It's like Juve, 8th place right now, eh?
Yeah, and Bremer's out for 20 days. That's good.
Who's
I
gonna
feel like
start
you're being
ahead of him?
sarcastic.
Yeah, I am being sarcastic because now we have no center backs.
Danilo goes center back.
This Danilo and Bonucci.
Jeez, haven't they been playing like 3 at the back?
What
kinda?
about Gatti?
No, I got the. I don't know, man. They don't play him.
Thought he was supposed to be talent.
Well, I don't know. I never watched Gatti
And now you're
before.
playing a right back ahead of him.
No, Danilo's been good.
Interesting.
I feel like Allegri just trusts Danilo a lot, which is fair because
I think Danilo
I
should
don't
be the
really,
captain.
I don't really see
Really?
Danilo. Like he goes out, he'll play like any position on the pitch, and like he'll do a decent job. Like he doesn't really make a lot of mistakes. He doesn't try to do too much. You know, I think he's one of those. He's probably the first name on the team sheet.
He is for sure. That's why
Pretty fair.
he should be the captain of the team. Hey, when him and Bremer are center backs, like nothing really gets by them. It's when Bonucci comes on, that's when shit happens. And Alexandro, like, those guys are idiots.
Bunch of clowns, huh?
Yeah,
But speaking of clowns, over the weekend we saw Dortmund
Oh,
lose
God.
2-0 to Union Berlin.
Yep.
Pretty good side, but 2-0, man. Tough. Just making that difference between the top and the bottom just increase, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
little 12v10 action. The Kobel.
Oh
And
yeah,
for
own-
Union
own
Berlin.
goal there too.
Yeah, what was that
I
all
think,
about,
think
bro?
the Union groundskeepers put some KY jelly on the turf there.
Yeah, eh?
It's getting a little slippery, a little lubed up on the pitch there. But no, obviously that slip made things a little bit harder because I don't know. This Union Berlin team, I don't know. I've seen all kinds of things on Twitter.
They're still in first.
They're still, I know, but like they're like the weirdest team. Like I was seeing these stats on Twitter. They're outperforming their expected goals by like
Yeah, I've seen that.
9.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're outperforming their expected points by like 13.
Jeez.
They have the most distance covered, but the least sprints,
Huh?
What?
right? They have the least passes completed, the least dribbles completed in the league. Like they're the bottom 3 in all these categories. But like, I saw this graph where it's like they have the pitch divided in three quadrants:
Yeah.
defensive, defend, and then ball magically ends up in the other half. Score an unexpected goal, and that's what it's been all season. Like they have like the least attempts on target, but they have like one of the best goal differences in the league, bar Bayern.
They're clinical.
And it's just weird, and it's like I don't know how much longer this sorcery is gonna go on, but it just seems to have been like just clicking for them, and it's just like they're one of those teams where it's like if they go up early, which we gifted them 2 goals, and the game was done. Like they've only conceded 3 goals at home all season.
Don't
So it's
worry.
like when you go down 2-0, it's
After the World Cup,
tough, right?
once a team that's in a huge form, once they have like a little break, they tend to go.
Maybe they dip down a little bit, but definitely not the best performance from my boys. But what are you gonna do? I've seen some shouts on Twitter. Everyone's going crazy.
Why?
Oh, we signed this inexperienced manager, and now we have less points than we did at this point last season under Rose. Why do we
Jeez.
sack Rose, but we have him in? And they're comparing this and that. But it's like, where does it end? It's like you can't just keep sacking the manager every
Yeah,
year.
it
Just
doesn't
because,
work like
what
that,
I mean,
bro.
you can't do that. You got to give him some time. Obviously, he's inexperienced. The last time he was at the helm, to be fair, he had Sancho and Haaland. Two generational talents that were able to kind of carry.
2?
Huh?
2?
Yeah.
Sancho's generational.
At that time, come on.
Bundesliga tax.
At that time,
Bundesliga?
Sancho was different, man.
Was he?
And it's like when you have those two, players that are able to perform, week in, week out, it makes things a little bit easier. Where it's like now, it's like we can't score a bloody goal. We have a -1 goal difference in the league. I feel like I'm watching Juventus, and it's like, and the thing is, like, I'm worried because it's like I don't see. I understand Haller is a much better player than Modeste. I just don't see how it's gonna get better when he comes back. Because it's like they're a similar player. Like Haller's obviously a lot more talented, but like I just don't know. Like the squad is just like very imbalanced, and it's like we have 3 really, really, really good center backs, and it's like who do you bench, right? And then it's like, but you can't also play a 3-back because like who are you gonna play right wing back? It can't be Meunier because he's not really comfortable there. It's like Hazard's dog shit. Marius Wolf ends up being your best option. He's been great this season, but he's hurt. So it's just like we're just like in a weird position, and like our wingers aren't really wingers, and like we spent 60 million on Malin and Adeyemi, and they have like 1 goal between the two of them this season, and it's like it's just weird. It's like Mukoko's just been kind of carrying, and he's like 17, and it's like I have no idea what's going on. I just hope it kind of fixes itself, but yeah, I don't know.
Tough.
It's tough. It's weird because the season started off so promising, so strong, some good results early on. Leverkusen, Freiburg, playing well, top of the table, competing with Bayern, 1 point ahead of Bayern. Then all of a sudden we're in 8th. So we blinked, and all of a sudden we're in 8th. 2 wins from the last like 6 games, a lot of draws, and some stupid losses to Köln and now Berlin, and now you're in 8th, right? But I think it's pretty tight either way. I think that they're only 3 points back from 2nd.
Yeah.
So it's like you're in 8th, yes, but I mean the gap isn't as big as it seems, because like a lot of teams are kind of very, very, very close in points. So I think as long as you rally back, you have like played well against Bayern to get that 2-2, played a great game against City, almost end up with a draw there. Great first leg against Sevilla, 4-1. Then it's like you have that inconsistency, and I think a lot of it's like you're playing the same players and you're just running them into the ground. Like Bellingham has got to be tired, man. Like this guy plays 90 every game, and he's pressing and he's scoring and he's doing it all. But it's like it gets to a point where it's like he's only 19, and it's like they get tired, and
Yeah. That's how you get burnt out, bro.
you get burnt out, right? And it's like I think some like the Hood coming back hopefully soon will allow us a little bit more flexibility in the midfield, which I think will help. Kind of having some fresh legs that are a little bit more competent in there, but yeah, I don't really know. I had kind of hopes, maybe we can win the league
I don't know about that.
at the beginning of the season, and
How about that, big fella?
they died. Those died pretty quickly. But hey, the season's still young. Anything can happen. Bayern haven't been completely convincing. It's like 1 week they look extremely strong, and the next week, maybe they're not as strong. So who knows? It's been a really weird season, and the good thing is, Bayern haven't won it by Halloween like it's been in the past. So it's definitely been a little bit more interesting this season. So
Because Union.
we'll see what happens. We'll see
I
how long
mean-
Union sorcery lasts.
Yeah. Like in terms of the Bundesliga, it doesn't matter who's in first, second, or third at this point in the season. Bayern's gonna end up winning it.
It might.
It's inevitable, bro.
We'll see what
We've
happens.
seen it for the past how many seasons?
Too many.
10.
11. A lot of seasons, but hey, man, who knows? It'll end eventually.
Yeah. You think anytime soon?
Please.
I don't know. And if it does, I don't even think it'll be Dortmund. Like at this point,
Yeah.
they're just like I don't know. Like they're so backwards. Like
If it's not Dortmund, it's not going to be anyone else.
I don't know.
Who's it gonna be then if not Dortmund?
I don't know. I don't know. And if it does, I don't even think it'll be Dortmund. Like at this point, they're just like I don't know. Like they're so backwards. Like I don't know.
Who's it gonna be then if not Dortmund?
There's no one even on Dortmund's level, like from that tier. Bayern, Dortmund, and then the rest. Even though, yeah, you're losing to Union Berlin, but quality-wise, no.
Quality-wise, you're right, but I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the Bundesliga for you. And I think we'll wrap it up there, boys.
Yo.
Yeah, boys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know who we are.
We the culture.
We
Let
the
us know
culture,
who you want
man.
to punch.
Yeah, let us know who you are.
Gavi for sure.
And yeah, boys, with that, we out.
See ya.